Hey guys, this is Shauna Jones, the CEO and founder of LivBay Lash here in Las Vegas. This channel is dedicated to everything lashes and beauty, so if you haven't yet already, go ahead and hit the subscription button below.
Hey guys, my name is Angelica Mack and I work at LivBay Lash. I have been lashing for about 3 years this year, and I have been a lash artist at LivBay for about 3 months or so. And today I'm going to show you guys one of the most challenging things about lashing, which is getting the inner corners. I'm going to show you guys a couple techniques on how to make sure you get all those little hairs so your set turns out beautiful. There are a couple different techniques that you can use. We prefer to use the iPads to pull the hairs over and so you can see all the little tiny hairs. You can tape up, but today I'm going to show you guys how to use it with the iPad. So you're going to want to take the iPad out of the little package, of course, take the little, the white backing off, and you're going to hold your iPad like this, and you're going to pull it diagonally towards the outside of the ear. And now you can see all of the inside of her eyelid. You can see all the little tiny lashes like that. So you can clearly see the inner corners of her lashes. You can see all the hairs that are out. So those are the ones we're going to run a lash. Usually when you do inner corners, I prefer to do lengths 9 to 12, depending on how long your lashes are. Anything longer than that can be a little painful. They can twist. They hurt when they grow out. So you want to keep them fairly short for the inner corners. So with her, I'm going to do 10s for her inner corners. Perfect. So we got 1. Perfect. So as you can see, it makes it a lot easier to isolate, and you can see all the hairs. So we're going to do another one. So we're using 10 in the LivBay 0.03 diameter. And like I said earlier, when you want to use really shorter lengths in the inner corners, so it can not only protect her lashes, but the inner corner lashes are usually a lot thinner, and they're a lot shorter, so you don't want to go super long on the inner corners. So we're going to use 10, and maybe we'll sprinkle in some 9s in there, but for now we're going to use 10s. So for the inner corners, of course, depending on your set, whether you're doing volume, mega volume, or mixed, that's where you determine what goes in the inner corners. Of course, with the volume, you're always going to do fans. With the mega volume, you're always going to do fans. With the mix, you can mix in some singles and some fans, depending on the health of their lashes. You want to make sure everything you do depends on the health of each lash, and you have to hold each lash separately. So you can use a heavier lash for her healthier, thicker lashes, and obviously a lighter lash as far as volume size and fan size for her not as healthy lashes on the inner corners. So we have another fan. So I'm going to show you guys, if the iPad sometimes isn't working or it's not sticky enough, I'm going to show you guys how to move your finger over like this to get that eyelid open, and you can get right there in that inner corner, those very far ones. Perfect. And now you got that one lash right there on the inner corner, which is like one of the most important lashes. The inner corner makes such a big difference on your eyelash set. So you really want to make sure you can get as far in as you can without making sure they're not drooping or falling down. And that, like I said, depends on the density of your fans and how heavy you like to make them. Sometimes this iPad, of course, is not as sticky as tape. So you might have to readjust it, but just always remember to pull over towards the ear and just fold that over. Once you realize this is easy, if you start to either tape back or use the iPad, you're going to start loving to do these inner corners because they really look so good. And it really shows your talent, it shows your expertise, and it really shows that you know what the heck you're doing. So I just showed you guys how to tape to the side using the iPad. I'm going to show you guys how to pull it up with the iPad as well, and that's going to open up those lashes also. So just like this, you're going to use the iPad this way, And you're just gonna put it right on top of the eyelashes and pull it up. And as you can see, look at all those lashes come out in the inner corner. So these are the lashes that you're gonna wanna get right here. These are all the inner corner lashes, not this far back, but right here, these two. Oh, those three that I just missed, those are really gonna make the set look different. So we're gonna get those inner corners right there. So the tape to the side helps you see a lot of lashes, and then if you tape up, you can see even more lashes. So this method is gonna be your best friend. I suggest these ways primarily because it literally separates all the lashes from both directions, up and to the side. So as you can see, I didn't see these lashes when I pulled to the side, but when I pulled it up, they came popping out. So now I can add these lashes, and they're already isolated, as you can see. I can just add the lashes right there. It doesn't require a lot of isolation. It doesn't require a lot of moving of my isolation tweezers. And I can really just pop them on, and it's a lot easier. So we're gonna take the iPad off. I suggest the iPad, the taping back into the side, because it really does not stick to the lashes. So when you're pulling it up and when you're pulling it to the side, it doesn't tug on the lashes, so you don't lose our inner corners. As I said before, it is so devastating to accidentally glue it on the bottom of the eyelid or on the tape, and then when you're taking it off, you think your set's all done, you're taking it off, and you realize you have a huge gap on the inner corners. So that's the worst thing that could ever happen. It is so devastating. You gotta tape them back up. Your other client is waiting, so it can really get bad. So that's why when you use this iPad to tape up and to the side, that really alleviates any of that stress. You don't have to worry about it tugging on their lashes and accidentally pulling them out. So I really suggest the iPads. As you can see, I've added a little bit of fans in her inner corner on the right-hand side, and you can see a huge difference in her set. That's why I really want to make sure I emphasize the importance of isolating, the importance of pulling back and pulling to the side with the iPad. Another alternative is, of course, taping up. So remember isolation, remember getting as many lashes as you can in those inner corners, and to remember the health of their lashes.